Hey guys, Noble Chihuahua here. Whether you have a travel trailer, fifth wheel, or motorhome, our biggest concern is water damage. The places more likely to get water intrusion is through your roof or seals around the slides. These areas are so sensitive that if you fart in the wrong way, the seal flap will collapse or fold in the wrong direction and let water inside. How do I know? It happened to me. Check it out. So you want to protect your RV while in storage. While the slide is in, the roof and the areas around the slide seals is where we want to focus most of our attention to prevent leaks. So your options are either an RV carport or a garage if you have thousands of dollars lying around, or if you're like me and don't have that kind of money, you can get an RV cover. The problem with these is they're big as hell and a pain to install and remove. When they're not on the RV, they take a lot of room in your garage. This makes it less likely that you're going to put it on. The solution that I came up with was to simply install a regular tarp. Tarps are great, they're cheap, and they have multiple uses, and everyone has a few lying around. You can't just throw a tarp on though. There's a way to do it correctly. It takes 15 minutes or so, and I'll show you how to do it on my camper. My camper, it's a 2022 Wildwood 26 D-Bud. The things you'll need for this: you'll need a tarp, you'll need 4 ground anchors, the screw-in type. These are the same things that you use to screw in trampolines or tents. You'll also need 4 ratcheting straps or rope, whichever you have on hand. The tarp size needed for this will depend on the size of your RV and how much protection you want. You can either cover the entire roof or just a portion above the slides. In my case, I just covered the portion over my slide. The reasons I did this was because the seals around the slide is where my RV developed several leaks. Also, I already had the tarp of that size. So make sure that the tarp you buy is about a foot or more longer than your slide and about a foot or more wider than your roof so the tarp can drape over the edges. For example, if your slide is 10 feet long and your roof is 8 feet wide, you'll want to buy a tarp that's at least 11 by 9 feet in size. You can buy a bigger tarp to cover the entire roof, but that will take more effort to install and remove. The thicker the tarp, the better it is. The tarp I have is around 11 by 15 feet and 9 mil thick. I purchased it from Harbor Freight for $19.99. The anchors you'll need are the ones used to tie down tents or trampolines in place. Here you want the bigger screw-in ones, since this is what will hold the tarp down. The ones I have are the 16-inch long. They held the tarp down during Hurricane Milton without any problems. The last thing you'll need are ratcheting straps, at least 4 of them. You can also use rope. You'll use these to tie the corners of the tarps to the anchor. Ratcheting straps will work better than rope because you can apply the correct tension easier. Everyone has these anyway. Let's begin. First, unfold and lay your tarp next to the slide to get a good indication of the placement when it's on the roof. Install the anchors on the ground. To do this, you need to get the measurement of your tarp. So for example, if your tarp measured 10 feet long, you want to put the anchors at 10 feet, or maybe a bit more than 10 feet. You screw them in. The best way to bring the tarp onto the roof is to grab it by the center of the tarp and just walk it to the roof. Now place the tarp into position to cover the slide portion. While you're on the roof, this is a good time to perform your roof inspection before parking the RV for storage. Once you're happy with the position of it, climb down. Now that we're on the ground, let's quickly install the ratchet straps into the four corner eyelets of your tarp and into the anchors. Start tightening your straps to put some tension, but keep checking the other sides of the tarp to make sure you leave enough tarp to cover the roof correctly. Once all the straps are under some tension, go ahead and tighten them a bit more. Not too tight though, because you don't want to rip the tarp. If it's windy outside, you'll most likely be fighting the wind a bit, so you may need to make some adjustments. You'll either move the anchors further away or closer. The point is that you want to stretch the tarp. You don't want any sag. This is to prevent problems with the wind. And there you have it. I've had this set up for a few months now that my camper has been in storage, and it's been good. RV covers cost hundreds of dollars, while tarps are cheap, easy to install and remove. Tarps, when folded, don't use a lot of space, unlike RV covers, or you can just use them for other things while not installed during camping season. The same setup performed flawlessly during Hurricane Milton. The anchors held the tarp in place just fine. There's no more water leaking into my trailer. You can get a bigger tarp to protect the entire roof, or a smaller one just for the slides, like I did. I still need to fix the leak, but I have at least stopped the bleeding, as they say. You can also open all the doors of your trailer just fine. Only issue I see is that you should not run your roof-mounted air conditioner while the tarp is installed. But I don't do that when my RV is in storage anyways. Well, that's all I have. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions or need clarification on anything, please leave a comment below. Also, if you found this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe.
Hey.